There we go. Welcome into the Sleeper Wire show, everybody. It is week 7, and man, crazy season just keeps continuing on. Professor Chris and Nader here with you once again. Nader, how's it going, man?
It's a beautiful Thursday, and I can't wait to turn on the TV and watch two elite teams such as the Eagles and Giants duke it out Thursday.
You know, yesterday up here in Minneapolis, so Wednesday, we got about 10 inches of snow. And so it was a lot. Maybe, was it yesterday? 2 days ago? I don't know. We just got 10 inches of snow recently. And today it was just rainy all day. And I was like, what a fitting set of weather for Eagles Giants.
Oh, boy. I mean, it's going to be a down. I don't know. Like, it's hard to get myself motivated to watch two losing teams.
Yeah. I mean, and at the same time, it's football, so you want to watch it. But
exactly.
Yeah, it's rough. But hopefully things will go a little bit better. It'll be an exciting game. We were recording about 15 minutes until kickoff here. Let's go ahead and get the show started, though. So before we jump into the news, guys, do you want to win a signed Chris Godwin or Kenny Golladay jersey? Once we reach 100 patrons at patreon.com/sleeperwire, we are going to randomly pick one person, announce them on the show, and they'll get their choice of the jersey. And even the $1 tier gets you into the contest. So check out patreon.com/sleeperwire to get in on this jersey contest. What about a Sleeper Wire mug, Nader? You want one of those? Sleeper Wire tank top, muscle tee?
Of course, baby. I'm working out for that. Come on, I need one.
We have a ton of stuff at the Sleeper Wire store right now, and you can get 15% off of your order at sleeperwire.com. Check out sleeperwire.com/store. Let's go ahead and get into the news. And you know what, Nader? You know what this is the first week we don't have to talk about?
I'm a little scared, but go ahead.
We don't have to talk about COVID this week.
No,
we had one Raiders offensive line who that game's still going to happen, though.
They sent all 5 offensive linemen home today.
But that game is still on, assuming that the other 4 don't test positive.
You'd be correct.
Right. But at the same time, that's not fantasy relevant.
Fair enough.
Right. I mean, it might affect Josh Jacobs if all of his offensive line starters are gone. But yeah, I don't think we really have to worry about that. But no big COVID announcements that we have to talk about this week. So we can jump straight into the last rookie quarterback who we expected to be starting at some point this season is going to get going after the bye week. I'm talking about Tua, going to start for the Miami Dolphins next week because they're on a bye this week. Ryan Fitzpatrick feels like he just got fired.
He did, but it was an undeserving fire. I mean, yes, the team is not necessarily winning, but he wasn't playing poorly. But I could see why they did it.
Yeah, I mean, he was just fine, you know?
He was fine. I mean, I enjoyed seeing him fantasy-wise. He was definitely a streamer of a quarterback. He made Devontae Parker look good, made Myles Gaskin seem like a relevant running back, and now it's all in the air now.
Yeah, well, it's going to be exciting to get to see him, though.
Yeah, I know everybody wanted to see what he looked like. Is he healthy? Can he still throw the ball? And now he is the first left-handed quarterback in the last 5 years to play.
What do you think? Wow, really?
Yes, I believe the last one was maybe Michael Vick.
Wow, that's a cool stat.
There you go.
You should have saved that for trivia time. Oh. How do you think this affects Devontae Parker?
So my initial reaction is to say it's a downgrade. I mean, Ryan Fitzpatrick, he likes to air the ball out, likes to throw the ball. And now typically when you have a younger quarterback go in, the priority is to establish the running game. And then after that, establish the play action, have him roll out, and then make a play that way. So as of right now, you have to consider him a downgrade.
Yeah, I completely agree. Well, you're talking about establishing the run game. The Dolphins are rumored to be willing to trade one of their running backs, Jordan Howard. He was a healthy scratch the last 2 weeks. So you think they're going full go with Matt Breida and Myles Gaskin?
Yes, I think that is going to be the move. You could tell that they weren't exactly happy with Jordan Howard because Le'Veon Bell was rumored to join the Dolphins, which makes me feel like they aren't happy with him. And then, of course, now he's going to be traded.
Well, if someone wants him.
Yeah, which I could definitely see him just being fully on released if there's no trade suitors.
Right. And, you know, Jordan Howard, he's a guy who should have a job. I mean, he's still a good running back, in
Yes.
my opinion. I think he's talented.
I always thought he was the best RB on the Bears, but the Bears didn't feel that way.
Yep.
And they went ahead and got rid of him. And then I thought he had a great fit on the Dolphins and he was going to be one of those sneaky RBs, but that did not happen.
That was one of my bad calls of the offseason. I thought getting a starting running back in the 8th or 9th round is awesome. That's great value. And then now they're not even playing him.
The last thing on my mind was Matt Breida getting the start over him.
Right. I didn't think that was going to happen at all.
Yeah. So, I mean, that is definitely a revelation. And we're going to have to continue and see. They might activate him if they really want to establish the run to give them a ground and pound identity. But as of right now, I'm going to say no to that.
Yeah. Well, let's go ahead and move on. Nader, Dez Bryant may be back, baby. The Baltimore Ravens plan to sign him to their practice squad pending passing a physical and that he is still in shape. He worked out for them over the offseason, I think in preseason, right?
Yes, he did. He did.
Yeah, so he may be back. If you got one of those dynasty teams out there, would you pick up Dez Bryant or Antonio Brown if you had to pick one of them?
Antonio Brown.
Okay.
Antonio Brown. He's younger, looks healthier, faster, speedier, and he might be signing to a better team.
Yeah, he's also crazier.
Come on, don't respect that bleach sash?
No. I'm a big mustache fan, but that one was gross.
I'll agree there.
The Vikings are trading Yannick Ngakoue to the Ravens for a 2021 third-round pick and a 2022 conditional fifth, and this was after they traded a 2021 second and a 2022 fifth to get him. So basically, all they did was move back in the draft and get nothing for it.
I think they realized they needed to make some type of move when they figured out they weren't going to be competitive this year.
And I think they realized that he probably won't want to re-sign there.
Yes.
So they were like, well, we might as well get something for it, even though really overall, like if you look at the net loss for the team, it's not very good, but
it could be worse.
It could be.
It could be worse, which is why I think it is a semi-decent to pretty good move.
Yeah, just for Ngakoue, it's a good deal. It's just the fact that they effectively just moved back in the draft for nothing.
Yeah, that is unfortunate, but it's how the cookie crumbles.
Yep. Well, injuries are crushing people this week. Zach Ertz was placed on IR with his ankle injury. Dallas Goedert also has an ankle injury. He's going to be out until potentially week 10 at the earliest. So Richard Rodgers tonight. What do you think?
You have to have a pair in order to go and put in your third string tight end in your starting fantasy lineup. But, if he does and he does well, I commend you to it.
There is one league where I have to do that.
Yeah.
And Mike Gesicki was my only tight end.
Oh.
And so he's on bye.
He had 35 yards when Zach Ertz left, so it's not the worst thing in the world. Right. And you fully expect him to get some sort of volume today. But putting in a third string tight end it's hard. It's hard.
It is. I didn't feel good about it. Let me put it that way.
Yeah, you can do it. It's just an uncomfortable start.
You can do it. On other injury news, Jarvis Landry has a broken rib that he's been dealing with. That is painful. Michael Thomas, this is disheartening, man. Now has a hamstring injury to add to his high ankle sprain recovery. He missed practice on Thursday. Not good, likely out this week again. If I had to make a call today, DeAndre Hopkins, Julio Jones, and Joe Mixon all missed practice on Wednesday. I will say that two of them came back, though. Julio Jones and DeAndre Hopkins both practiced on Thursday. Joe Mixon missed practice on Thursday, but Julio and Hopkins were back. Austin Eckler news. This was bad news. He's reported to now be back, quote, later rather than sooner. So, Justin Jackson, are you all over him?
I'm comfortably putting him in a flex spot and a little bit into an RB2. That's not what I would rather do, though. So flex is where I'd put him at.
Okay. Christian McCaffrey also not expected to play this week. So this will be – what's that?
Yeah, I definitely do not think he'd play this week. I think depending on how Mike Davis plays, he might be forced into his Thursday night game against the Falcons.
Yeah, could be. Last little bit of news. We had two other did not participates on Thursday. Two other big names anyway. AJ Brown was a full participant in practice earlier this week and then had a knee issue today. So Thursday he did not participate. And Jamison Crowder also did not participate in practice on Thursday either.
So Jamison Crowder had a limited session, and then today he didn't practice. That makes me think that they're either limiting his reps or that he practiced, didn't feel good, and then he got set back. Same with AJ Brown, but him, I think they just are limiting his reps because he did play Monday night.
Okay. Well, before we get into our segment, guys, I want to talk to you about Pristine Auction. It's a site. They have hundreds of daily auctions for all kinds of memorabilia. You've heard us talk about them on the show for a long time now. It's 100% free to join and free to bid, and you only pay when you win the auction. Right now, you can get $5 off your first item by entering promo code SleeperWire. Visit pristineauction.com to get that $5 off. That's PRISTINE auction.com. All right. It is trivia time, Nader. So what we're going to be doing tonight for this week's show is we each have a bunch of questions, both fantasy and just in general football related, that we're just going to ask the other person. We just thought this would be fun. Week 7, not a whole lot going on that we haven't already sort of done this season. So why not sort of just, give each other a little bit of a quiz? If you are following live, on Twitch, hopefully, or YouTube or Twitter/Periscope, why don't you post what you think is the answer in the comments? You guys can play along as well.
Yeah, if you guys even come up with a great question, you can test our knowledge.
Sure, that'd be awesome. Yeah, that'd be great.
Do you want to start it off?
Sure, I will start it off. So what we're going to do here, guys, is we will just alternate asking each other questions. So the first series of questions that I have, Nader, I'm going to start off with, these are going to be fantasy questions. So not football stats, just fantasy questions.
Okay. So mine are going to be a little bit mixed. They're going to be NFL questions, but they relate fantasy wise.
I'm going to give you a bunch of fantasy ones first, and then we'll do just NFL.
Okay, cool.
Number 1, where does Carson Wentz rank through 6 weeks? Okay. Is he top 5? Talk about quarterbacks, of course. Top 5, top 8, top 10, or 11th or below?
Carson Wentz. Okay. So the options were top 5, top 10.
Top 5, top 8, top 10, and 11th, or I got basically below 10 or below.
Okay. I'm going to go 10 below.
He is the quarterback 9 on the season.
So close.
Doesn't that seem ridiculous?
I felt like he would be lower on the list due to the poor showing, but because of garbage time, he might be elevated a little bit higher.
Yeah, he has certainly garbage timed his way into the top 10. That is absolutely true.
Okay.
Yep, quarterback 9. All right, hit me with your first.
Okay. So do you think you could name the top 3 wide receivers with the most red zone targets?
Most red zone targets. This is a good question.
Yeah.
Red zone targets. Robbie Anderson.
Nope.
DeAndre Hopkins. And Adam Thielen.
So Adam Thielen is number 2 right now with 9 targets and 9 receptions, actually.
Okay.
So Robbie Anderson is 17th with 7 targets.
Gotcha.
And DeAndre Hopkins is 11th.
So who are the other top 2?
Calvin Ridley. He's got 10 targets.
I should have guessed Calvin Ridley. Yep.
Adam Thielen's with 9 targets. Stephon Diggs also with 9 targets.
Okay.
The way. So a fun one for you, because I know you are an Indianapolis Colts fan. Zach Pascal ranks number 4 with 9 targets.
Really?
Yes. And then Mike
Very
Evans.
weird.
Mike Evans number 5, and then Neil Harry number 6.
Neil Harry, not Nikhil. Nikhil Harry for the Patriots.
Yeah, Patriots.
Nikhil, not Neil.
See, I always assume the N is like silent, or the K. The K. I'm not a pronunciator.
All right, let me get you my second question. This is an easy one. All right. Who is
Okay.
the wide receiver 1 through 6 weeks?
That's probably Calvin Ridley.
It's Calvin Ridley.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, there we go. All right. I'm pretty proud of that one. I almost wanted to say Adam Thielen. I almost wanted to say it.
He's up there.
He's up there. I figured.
Yep.
So, do you think you can name the RB touchdown leaders? 1 through 3.
The RB touchdown leaders.
Yes.
And yes, I can. And he said RB, not
RB.
rushing, but RB touchdown leaders.
No, we'll go rushing touchdown.
Okay, because
Keep
this
it
was the
easy.
question I had as well.
Oh.
Yeah.
All right.
I had 3 players have 6 or more rushing touchdowns. Who are they? And it's Dalvin Cook, Derrick Henry, and Kyler Murray.
Yep. Well, you nailed it there. Oh, there you go. Congratulations.
So let me go ahead and just take that question out.
Yes, I definitely figured that we would have some overlapping questions, especially
There's
since we had to withhold our questions. Obviously.
You're right. Yeah, for you guys listening, we do not know the question that the other person has, the questions that they've chosen. So there's probably going to be some overlap.
Yeah, there we go.
All right, my third one here. I'm going to read through a list of names here. These are wide receivers.
Okay.
Who is not a top 10 wide receiver? Okay.
Okay.
Which one is not top 10? Calvin Ridley, which we already established he's number 1.
Okay.
DeAndre Hopkins, Adam Thielen, Stephon Diggs, Robbie Anderson, Justin Jefferson, Tyreek Hill, Allen Robinson.
Allen Robinson. No. Tyreek Hill.
Tyreek Hill,
Yes.
correct, is not a top 10 wide receiver right now.
Yes. There we go.
I think Robinson is. I think A-Rob is
He's
6.
close.
Yeah.
I figured he was near the border cusp. So I knew Justin Jefferson was up there because I think he's even higher than DK Metcalf. Surprisingly.
He's killing it, man.
Yes. So
he's having a great season.
I just want to put it out there that I based my rankings off of half PPR. I don't know if you did the same.
Okay.
Yeah.
I always just think PPR, but good to know.
There we go. All right. So true or false? Jimmy Graham is currently top 5 tight end.
I'm going to say true.
False. He
Oh,
is
it's
number
just
7.
sixth. Maybe it's because I actually played him the last couple weeks and he actually did pretty well for me.
He's been a solid tight end, surprisingly.
Yeah, he's been good.
All right.
Who has more fantasy points, DK Metcalf or Tyler Lockett?
Oh, DK Metcalf.
Yeah, that was an easy one.
Yeah.
Yep.
Because surprisingly, I was doing some trade talks with another player, and he wanted my DK Metcalf, and he was offering me a player in Tyler Lockett. That's how I knew that one.
Ah, okay. So you cheated.
In theory, I cheated. So this one's just for fun. This one just because I wanted to get to see it. I just basically wanted to see a reaction. So true or false? In order for Tom Brady to throw you a touchdown pass, he has to give you a nice little smooch on the lips. You know, a nice little mwah, little pecker.
He has to give me his little pecker.
Yeah, you gotta get. When you put it that way.
So you're saying for Tom Brady to throw me a touchdown,
Or any wide receiver on the team.
okay?
Yeah, he's got to give you a smooch on the lips, just like how he gave to his son in that one video.
Yeah. So I'm thinking. So what do I get out of it?
A touchdown pass.
Because this is my least favorite player in all of sports. I absolutely hate Tom Brady.
You get a touchdown pass.
I'm not taking it.
You get 6 fantasy points.
Me personally.
There you go.
Or for my fantasy team, say it's my money league,
and you have
I'm down 5 and I need 6 points. I can get that 6 points with a Tom Brady kiss.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I don't think so.
You don't think
I don't think I can do it. I don't think I can do it, man. I don't think I can do it. I don't know. Do I have to do it while he's getting a massage and then bend over and like kiss him for 30 seconds?
Not sure.
Let's move on.
You know what? I'm doing it for fantasy. I'm doing it. Giving him tongue.
Yeah, I guess if it would guarantee me the win in my money league and I was down.
All right, there we go.
We'll go with that. All right, this one's going to be maybe a little bit more difficult than the last one here.
All right, I like it.
Name 2 or Let's make it 3. Name 3 of the top 5 fantasy kickers. And I changed it to 3 because Justin Tucker.
That's fair. Okay,
Yeah.
so Young Hoku, he's probably going to be number 1. Ryan McManus, number 2, and then Justin Tucker 3.
You got one of them. Younghoe Koo is number 5.
No way.
Yep. Through 6 weeks in order, it is Jason Sanders, Rodrigo Blankenship, the Colts.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair.
Justin Tucker, Randy Bullock, and then Younghoe Koo.
No way. He puts up 19 points in a week and he's still number 5. Come on,
no, well, Blankenship's been killing it, man.
He has been killing it. Been killing it. So yeah, kickers' lives matter.
They do. I mean, it sucks when you have kickers in your league, but at the same time, if you have a good one, you're pro kicker, huh? I'm
pro kicker. I would rather have a kicker than a defense.
Fair enough. I would rather have kicker over defense too.
Yes. So kickers, they matter because game's on the line. 2 points to win. You need a field goal. And I would. So, okay, here's another. I don't know if it's a hot take. I'd rather have a kicker than a tight end.
I don't know if that's hot takey. It depends. If you're a guy who doesn't get Kittle or Kelsey or Andrews or Waller, you're probably, I'd rather have a kicker.
I've suggested this. I'm for eliminating a tight end and just adding like another flex or a kicker option.
Okay. Interesting. I like it.
Because I don't know. It's just nobody wants a tight end. Doesn't matter.
All right. Let's get to your question.
Alrighty. So, which wide receiver averages the highest yards per game?
The highest yards per game.
Mm-hmm.
I actually had the exact same question.
The answer is
DeAndre Hopkins.
Yep, 100. Yep. And DK Metcalf just happened to be 99.5 right behind him.
Right. Let me ask you the rest of my question, though, that I had there.
Finish it.
It was DeAndre Hopkins and DK Metcalf are the number 1 and number 2 in receiving yards per game.
Oh, no.
Who is third?
Number 3. See, I didn't go that far on the list. Okay.
Yeah, who is third after Hopkins and Metcalf?
Stephon Diggs.
It's Jamison Crowder. Yeah.
No way?
Yep.
No way.
Yeah, not total yards, but yards per game. Yeah, Jamison Crowder.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, let me go ahead and cross that question off of my list as well. Like we said, going to be a lot of overlap here.
Quick slash right there.
Yep.
All right, so who has more fantasy points? Cooper Kupp or Justin Tucker?
Oh man, this makes me want to say, based on the way you phrase this, it makes me want to say Justin Tucker.
Mm-hmm.
And I know Cooper Kupp in PPR is like the wide receiver 23, and Justin Tucker's the K3. That's a weird way to say it. The K3. I'm going to go with Justin Tucker has more points than Cooper Kupp.
You would be correct by half a point.
Half a point.
You see, if Cooper Kupp didn't drop 2 touchdown passes against the Niners last week, well, then he'd be a lot higher. But he did that.
Name the QB1 through 6 weeks.
Oh, God. QB1.
The QB1.
You know what? This is going to be fun. This is a spicy one. I'm going to say Dak Prescott.
Through 5 weeks, you would have been correct. But you didn't play this last week.
Yeah, but I felt like he'd still be highest.
He's still the, I believe it was the quarterback 4, even with not playing. He'd been killing it. No, Kyler Murray is the quarterback 1.
Oh, You know what? I'm not surprised. He's been balling out himself also.
Yeah, I needed 25 from him this past week to go 6-0 in my money league, and he killed it for me. I think he got me 30. So
yes. So I did have a question. Side note, I did think about using the question, name the passing yards leader, but I thought that wasn't fantasy enough related to use. But it would have been Dak Prescott, which is why I came up with that answer.
I knew that answer as well.
There you go. See, I thought it'd be easy. All right, so. No, actually, who is the receiving touchdown leader?
The receiving touchdown leader is Adam Thielen.
All right, not bad. Not bad.
My question 15 was what wide receiver is currently leading in receiving touchdowns?
There you go.
Yep, I knew that one or had that one. Joe Burrow and Matt Ryan lead the NFL with 246 and 244 passing attempts. Who is third with 240?
Repeat Matt Ryan's stats.
Burrow and Ryan have 246 and 244.
246 and 244.
Yep. Who is third in attempts with 240?
240. Okay. It's not going to be, nope, it's not going to be obviously an injured quarterback. I don't think it's Dak Prescott. I don't think it's Russell Wilson. I don't think it's Patrick Mahomes either. A little bit of me wants to say Carson Wentz.
Is that little bit of you actually saying? Is that your final answer?
That is my final answer.
Gardner Minshew. Right?
Gardner Minshew. Okay.
Isn't that interesting?
That is interesting. I was looking through mentally the list of losing teams. For some reason, the Jaguars slipped my mind.
Yeah.
Alrighty.
Go for it.
Let me go to my notepad of next questions. Who has been the most disappointing healthy player? Oh, shoot. I just realized my question is wrong.
So this is an opinion question?
No, it was actually, I pulled up the stats for this. Then I realized Cam Akers was hurt for a couple of games because he was technically.
What were you defining as disappointing, though?
So the least fantasy points.
The least fantasy points.
Actually, I do have the answer to that one. And that's T.Y. Hilton.
So you mean least fantasy points relative to where they were drafted, or?
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, T.Y.'s got not very many.
Yeah.
He's had drop issues for sure.
Yeah, when I looked it up, I was looking through healthy games. And then for some reason, it slipped my mind that Cam Akers was hurt a couple of games.
I wouldn't have even known how to answer that question.
I'm trying to confuse you guys.
You're doing a good job.
Thank you.
At least with me anyway.
That's half the fun.
One quarterback already has double-digit interceptions. Who is it?
That's a good one. The name's on the tip of my tongue. Hold on. Give me a sec. I'm trying to think of a.
Do.
You know what? If I had to take a guess, it's probably Joey Burrow. No, Baker Mayfield. Final answer.
0 for 2. It's Kirk Cousins. Kirk Cousins has 10.
Ouch.
Yep. Let's keep trucking.
Unfortunately, now I'm looking through my list, and you have answer. You just not your last question overlapped mine. So can you go with another one while I go down the list?
You know what? While you look for another one, let me go ahead and talk about Thrive Fantasy here. Guys, come prop up with us on Thrive Fantasy. It is a daily fantasy sports app for player prop bets. For the NFL, you choose 10 out of 20 player prop options to build your lineup. The riskier the pick, the more points it's worth. Earn the most points to win a share of the prize pool. Use promo code SLEEPERS when you sign up today, and you'll receive an instant $20 bonus on your first deposit of $20 or more. Download Thrive Fantasy from the App Store or Play Store. And when you use promo code SLEEPERS, take a screenshot of that and send it to us at sleepwire@gmail.com, and it'll automatically get you into a 2021 listener league.
Nice. Now, Deshaun Watson, do you think you could name his ranking quarterback-wise? Only list of quarterbacks.
For fantasy or passing yards or for fantasy?
Fantasy total points.
I think so. We've got Kyler Murray is up there.
Mm-hmm.
Dak is clearly still up there. Russell Wilson is up there. I'm going to go with 6.
Oh, so close.
What is it?
7.
Is it 7? Oh.
7. So if you are in
I looked at this earlier. I almost had it as a question.
If you are in 6 points per passing touchdown, he is 6th.
Okay. That's what I was talking about.
You're on it.
2 running backs have over 500 rushing attempts. Derrick Henry leads with 588. Who is second with 505?
So he had Derrick Henry has, which one was it? Oh, how many attempts?
Derrick Henry has 588 rushing attempts.
Total career was? Rushing
No,
yards.
I'm sorry. Rushing yards, not rushing attempts. That would be ridiculous for a season. Rushing yards. Who is second with 505? Rushing yards, not attempts.
Yards. Because of the huge games he just had, I'm going to go CEH. Clyde Edwards.
Is.
There we go.
Clyde Edwards-Helaire is the only other running back with over 500 rushing attempts.
There we go. So, I was about to say, man, that's a lot.
Yep, I know. They've just been feeding him the ball 100 carries a game.
Damn, not bad. I'm impressed. Can you name the 32nd quarterback?
The 32nd quarterback. Oh, man. Is there a minimum for games played?
You know what? I just went to 32nd.
You just went to 32nd. Is it someone who was a starter coming into the season? Give me that much.
No. He's not technically a starter.
But is he a starter now?
No.
Because if he's only played one game, then so he wasn't a starter. He's not a starter now.
He has never been a starter.
Oh, never been a starter.
Never been a starter.
Then I'm gonna say Alex Smith.
That's actually not bad. That's not a bad option. Taysom Hill. Taysom Hill. He's technically the 32nd quarterback, even though he has never started.
You're right,
but
he has never started. See, I was going for a quarterback who,
See, that was just a jumbo. That was difficult.
For an actual quarterback is what I was going for. 4 players in the NFL have 5 fumbles. Name them.
4 players currently. So Ezekiel Elliott.
Yeah, he got there last week.
Yes, he did. He found that. So fumbles lost or just fumbles?
Fumbles.
Okay, I'm going to go Miles Sanders. Joshua Kelly. Ooh, this is where it gets fun. Daniel Jones.
That's 4. You only got 1. Zeke.
No.
Carson Wentz, Joe Burrow, and Derek Carr.
Really?
Yep.
Derek Carr has 5 fumbles. That's a surprise.
According to Pro Football Reference.
See, I for sure thought I had Daniel Jones as one of them. I thought
you would think Daniel Jones would be. He could very well get 5 tonight on his own.
That's actually a good point. But then again, so if he does, is that cheating? Because technically he played an extra week.
Nah. He's got more fumbles than career touchdowns anyway, right?
Yeah, so it's not really a trivia question, but a fun statistic for Daniel Jones is he only has a 1 career game. He has 1 career NFL game where he doesn't have a turnover.
What a stat.
Sometimes you need to know this stuff when you're starting defenses.
What you got for me next?
Alrighty, so divisional rivals, of course, would be Kyler Murray and, for example, Jared Goff. There you go. That's his name. Does Jared Goff have more touchdowns than Kyler Murray passing?
I'm going to say yes, because Kyler has more total touchdowns due to the rushing, but Goff has more passing touchdowns.
You would be correct. I like to go to the division rivals. I think that makes it for fun stats.
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, it's cool. Fun take on it. Derrick Henry and Dalvin Cook are the number 1 and 2 in rushing yards per game, with 117.6 for Derrick Henry, 97.8 for Dalvin Cook. Who is third in rushing yards per game?
Third in rushing yards. Ronald Jones.
No. You want another guess?
One more.
I'll give you another one.
Yeah, I think CEH, his numbers might be inflated.
It's Miles Sanders.
Miles Sanders.
Really? Miles Sanders, yeah.
Even after his 80-yard game with only with 175-yard run. He's still on that list.
What do you got for me next?
Okay, so who has more rushing yards? Lamar Jackson or Derrick Henry?
Derrick Henry. Right?
Yeah, he does actually.
Yeah, I was going to say, there's no way Lamar
That's close.
Jackson has 588 rushing yards yet.
That was close. I had to make you think a little bit.
I wanted to say, but if I hadn't already had that Derrick Henry stat in there, I might have been swayed the other direction.
There you go. 1,000 yards was breaking the NFL record. Him being halfway at week 6 would be pretty impressive.
That'd be insane. And he's been pretty disappointing if you drafted him in the second round.
Yeah, he's been a good, solid starter for a quarterback, right, but not what you wanted or expected.
Not what you expected. 5 players, and I'm going to specify all wide receivers.
Okay.
5 wide receivers have 40 or more receptions this season. DeAndre Hopkins, Amari Cooper, and Stephon Diggs are the top 3. Who are the other 2 who have 40 or more receptions?
40 more receptions. So you said who are the
Hopkins, Cooper, and Diggs.
Hopkins, Cooper, and Diggs. Amari Cooper?
Amari Cooper. Yep.
He's got 40 receptions, huh? Okay. 40 receptions. The other 2. Ooh, this is a good one. I have a feeling that it's going to be some random name out of left field. That's what I'm thinking. But it's not like I'm going to probably guess that. So, okay, I think I'm going to go Robbie Anderson for one of them. I think he might be close, if not there yet. Ooh, that's a good one. It's not going to be somebody like Justin Jefferson.
Are you fishing for an answer?
A little bit. I'm digging deep right now.
You are too deep.
DK Metcalf.
You got one of them. It's Robbie Anderson.
Okay.
Has 40, and Allen Robinson also has 40.
Allen Robinson. He slips your mind. That's what happens when you're underrated.
Totally.
Alrighty. So who has more fantasy points? Phillip Rivers or Baker Mayfield?
Oh, this is a good question.
Mm-hmm.
I am gonna say Baker Mayfield.
Oh, Phillip Rivers has 2 more fantasy points.
Just because he had a great week this last week.
Mm-hmm.
Damn.
Mm-hmm. So close.
I love how the Colts quarterback had a good game, but at the same time, there's no way I thought that was the right answer.
So close.
This one should be easy for you, all right? Which rookie wide receiver has over 500 receiving yards already?
They don't have to be Justin Jefferson.
It's Justin Jefferson.
Yeah,
yep.
There we go. Alrighty. So, because kickers' lives matter, has Young Wei Koo. No, he's Young Hoku. Sorry, I changed it. It's Young Hoku outscored. Let me find his name really fast. Young Hoku, has he outscored Deebo Samuel?
Yes. Because Koo is the number 5 kicker through 6 weeks, and Deebo missed a few weeks.
I was hoping you'd forget he missed a couple weeks.
Yep.
But yes, he did.
Next one, I have Allen Robinson, Amari Cooper, DeAndre Hopkins, and Stephon Diggs are the top 4 in targets. So Robinson, Cooper, Hopkins, Diggs. Who's
Cooper,
number
Hopkins.
5?
Robinson, Cooper, Hopkins, Diggs. I gotta list this stuff out. I'm not good at lists. Robinson, Cooper, Hopkins, Diggs. Okay.
Right.
I gotta go Thielen.
It's Terry McLaurin.
What?
Yeah, Terry McLaurin's 5th in targets.
Okay.
Yeah, they're bad targets, but he's 5th in targets.
So what do you think qualifies as like a target? Do you think they have to, there's like a box around them and you have to get somewhere in that vicinity?
I think so. I would say within 5 yards.
5 yards.
But I have no idea. I have no idea what constitutes a target or not. Maybe he's just the closest guy to the ball.
That is true. That's a not fair stat. That's kind of like the interception stat when it goes through a wide receiver's hands.
That should be charged to the wide receiver.
Yeah, I fully think a wide receiver should have an interception stat.
I absolutely agree.
There we go.
What do you got for me next?
Okay, so let's see. Now I have to switch it up because I did have a fumbles question on there for you. So now Will Fuller, Amari Cooper, Tyreek Hill. They are all back to back on the wide receiver rankings. Can you list them out though?
On the rankings or their fantasy finishes?
Right, their fantasy finishes right now.
Okay.
You know, one of them's first, second, third.
You have Will Fuller, Tyreek Hill,
and Amari Cooper.
Fuller, Hill, Cooper. I'm gonna say Fuller, Cooper, Hill.
It is actually Hill, Cooper, Fuller.
Really? Tyreek Hill's the number one out of that group?
Somehow, some way, yes, he is.
Wow. Okay.
I mean, albeit it's by 0.2, but yeah.
Okay. But you were looking at half point.
I am looking at half point.
Okay.
If it went to full point, that'd probably be changed.
I gotcha. But that's a good question. I like that.
Yeah.
One wide receiver has a yards per reception of more than 20 yards. Who is it?
Wait, repeat that one?
One wide receiver has a yards per reception of more than 20 yards. Who is it?
I'm going to go Chase Claypool.
DK Metcalf.
Oh.
Yeah, DK Metcalf.
I'm trying to think, like Chase Claypool, all his receptions were big Karens.
They were.
Ooh, apparently those little shuffle passes don't count, apparently. Alrighty. All right, so I got another rankings one for you.
Okay.
So, but I'm gonna include 4 because it's running backs, and
okay.
I just like confusing you. So, Ronald Jones, Kenyon Drake, Jonathan Taylor, and then Miles Sanders.
Ronald Jones, Kenyon Drake, Jonathan Taylor, Miles Sanders.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna say Miles Sanders, Ronald Jones, Jonathan Taylor, Kenyon Drake.
Unfortunately, it's going to be Ronald Jones, Kenyon Drake, Jonathan Taylor, Miles Sanders.
Oh, see, yeah, I just did this thing where I put the number 1, and yeah.
Hey, you're there.
Did that.
You're there. You're a math professor. How do you do it when somebody doesn't show their steps? That's exactly what you did. I'm just gonna have to knock off half a point for that.
Oh, you know what the way I do it? If someone has just the wrong answer and no steps shown, no credit.
Oh.
Yeah, I can't give partial credit if there's no work there. There
you go.
Why would I do that? You can literally write in anything and get points for it. No.
Aw.
This isn't high school. All right, so I have 2 questions left for you here, and they are defense questions.
Okay, I like this one.
And they're not fantasy, just NFL defense questions.
All right,
Only one defense has double-digit interceptions. What team?
Okay, that's a good one. One defense has double-digit interceptions. Let's see. Who plays the Jets already? That's how I feel like I have to do it. Okay, so let's see. Why do I want to say the Jets? Because I know they had a... It's not the Jets. It might be the Dolphins.
Dolphins is a better answer than the Jets.
I know, because they played the Jets already. They also played the Niners. They had a handful of interceptions against the Niners and the Jets. So I want to say the Dolphins, but...
You got an answer for me?
For fun, I'm going to go Buccaneers.
The Indianapolis Colts.
No, they were on my list.
10 interceptions,
10
man.
interceptions. How much did Xavier Rhodes have? I think he has 2.
He's got a couple.
He got a couple?
He was a great pickup for them this offseason.
Well, with how poorly he played last year, couldn't go farther.
Yeah. No, he's been awesome.
Okay.
You got any left for me here?
I got one more for you.
Okay.
And it's a little bit more opinion-based.
All right. I can do that.
Okay. So will Robbie Anderson continue to outperform DJ Moore?
Yes.
Yes. Give me a reason.
Yes.
Let me hear why.
Yep. Well, this immediately brought to mind a tweet that I put out, it was in the preseason, and it was, why do I keep seeing analysts have DJ Moore ranked in the top 10? Someone please rationalize that to me. And people tried. I didn't buy any of it.
Okay.
If it was last year, then probably, but completely new quarterback, completely new coach. We didn't know who Teddy Bridgewater was going to favor. I just wasn't buying DJ Moore. And through 6 weeks, I've always been all about Robbie Anderson, and I'm sticking with that.
That's fair. I mean, in the beginning of the season, I was a little bit high on DJ Moore because he is a possession receiver, and he is not quite Michael Thomas, but he has a lot of his traits. Therefore, Teddy Bridgewater should be able to transfer that. So I thought he would get a whole bunch of targets, which he has. He has by no means been a slouch or a bust. He has been a little bit on the disappointing side, which he is getting his targets, but it's not getting translated into anything like the way Robbie Anderson is translating his yardage into fantasy points.
Yeah, give me the guy who's getting nearly 7 receptions, not only targets, but 7 receptions a game.
Exactly. So,
on that team.
Yeah. So one more. This one's not necessarily a question. It's it's like a scenario. So right now you're Adam Gase.
Gotcha.
And the building.
I'd rather be Gase than kiss Tom Brady.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair. You know what? I don't blame you there. So you're Adam Gase, and the building is burning, and everything you do is wrong. At what point do you say, maybe I should reevaluate my position?
So like a literal burning building.
Yeah, you're just surrounding a building and it's just burning around you. At what point should you realize, maybe I should do something about it?
When the exits are blocked.
When the exits are blocked?
If I'm Adam Gase, that's the point where I could probably see myself doing something differently.
Yeah, but see, that is a trick question. He's not going to do anything differently because he hasn't done anything differently. When countless receivers, quarterbacks, running backs, whoever leaves your system flourishes on another team, and you consistently say, "This she wasn't me, it was them," it doesn't hold value.
That just reminds me of the episode of The Office where they have the fire drill for the cold open.
There you go. Unfortunately, I've never watched The Office. Actually, I've watched the first 3 episodes.
I have to find a new Thursday co-host.
See, I don't know. The problem with The Office, it's so hyped.
Yeah, there's a reason, man.
It's hard to like buy into it.
Oh, I don't know. Guys, please don't listen to the show and give us a bad review for this horrible take that my co-host just gave.
Oh my God. Please don't. Don't throw me under the bus like this.
All right, I got one last question for you here.
Okay.
2 teams have given up over 1,000 rushing yards on the season. What teams?
Wait, 2,000 rushing yards
have given up over 1,000 rushing yards?
Oh, 1,000. Okay, on the season. Okay, I'm gonna go Texans.
Yep, that's one of them.
And then I'm gonna go. Ooh, this is where it gets tough. I'm gonna go Green Bay.
It's Dallas.
Dallas. Oh,
yep.
You know, that's a good
Texans have given up 1,065. The Cowboys have given up 1,040. Apparently, you can run in Texas.
Yes, you can. Yes, you can. They don't care about defensive line. They're just trying to air it over you.
Yeah, that's the plan. Yep.
I mean, it's a cool plan until your quarterback gets hurt.
Yeah, and honestly, man, how did the Cowboys not have more wins with that roster?
It's the Dallas way. You know, you go 8-8. You go 8-8 repeatedly, and then eventually, they pulled their reverse Adam Gase, where instead of doing nothing, they did something, and they consistently keep trying to do stuff, but nothing ever works. So Adam Gase, he just does nothing.
I love it.
But
I love it.
Other way around. There you go.
You got anything else for me?
I think we nailed it on the head. I think we had some great questions, great answers.
We did. Yeah, I am all out of questions as well, man. Well, everybody, thanks for tuning in. Nader, this was awesome again. Thanks for being on the show with me every Thursday. Why don't you, once again, tell everybody where they can follow you aside from the Thursday Sleeper Wire show?
So, of course, on Instagram at TTT Fantasy Football, just like the sign above me right here next to me says. You can find that Instagram. We I consistently post daily starts and sits, updates, injury reports, all that good stuff on my Instagram. Or you can follow me on Twitter at top tier tactics _, or you can follow our own podcast, my own, at top tier tactics on any type of podcasting platform.
And you can follow the Sleeper Wire Show on Twitter at Sleeper Wire Show. I'm on there at Prof_Chris SW. And then hit me up on the Sleeper app at Professor Chris. Thanks again for tuning in, everybody. We will catch you next week. Enjoy this awful game.
Good luck, everybody.